Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, y'all.
I'm Mike.
I'm Alicia.
And we are
the
Johnsons. Okay, yeah, that's pretty simple. Y'all know us, hopefully. If you haven't seen the video, the intro yet, hopefully you go back and check it out. This is just about real life and real marriage.
Yes, this is week 2, so we're just glad that you came back to check us out. Hopefully, throughout all this, you may even have some questions you want to pose for us, some comments you want to say. You know, maybe we can start responding to y'all in these videos, but until then, we're just kind of praying and seeing what kind of topics that just kind of pop to our minds. At some point, we're going to do this little fun question and answer. But today, we are talking about
sacrificing yourself or self-sacrifice.
What's
the difference?
That's deep.
Yeah,
that's real deep.
And there, believe it or not, there is some thought process behind it. It might sound like the same, but we really, after experience, believe that it's totally different.
Yes.
So we've been married for almost 3 years now.
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years. In November will be our 3rd year of marriage. It's us two and then our handsome baby boy, who will be all over the place during the video.
Yes, because he's super excited today.
This is real life, like we said last time. You said, okay, come on.
Daddy. So, one of the things about being married is, the thing that I've learned the most is that you cannot be selfish. Like, there's no way for you to get married and stay married only thinking about what you want, how you want it, how you like it. Am I right? It's my point. You need to understand me because I'm always right because I'm the wife. Like, we can't do that, and a lot of times we want our points to be heard, and we defend our point like it's like a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And that's where I think the sacrifice sometimes has to come in. Not that you are losing yourself, because a lot of times, I know as a woman, I feel like I done gave up my name, I gave up my home that I know my whole life, I gave up all these things. Who am I was the question I was asking. I was like, I don't even know this person. Who is Alicia Johnson? I actually told Mike that. I said, people don't even know Alicia Johnson. I'm putting Alicia Johnson on stuff. They don't even know who they is. People know Alicia Stoker. And I struggled with my identity trying to figure out what kind of wife I wanted to be. You know, I read all the books. I had read all the pamphlets. I went to the women's conferences. I looked at Mike's wife. I looked at my mom. I looked at Mike's mom. I looked at my mom. And I realized that I am not...
My dad's name is Mike, too.
So... domesticated as I thought I was, you know. You know, and so I had spent years being, I'm just independent, I don't need no man, da 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 da. I make my own money, you know, I do this, I do that. And so when it came time to get married and actually blending a life with this guy, it was really difficult for me. Very difficult, because I just felt like I was losing myself. And now Mike's gonna tell this really embarrassing story about me. Go ahead.
It's about us. So when we first got married, going on 3 years ago, we're about 3 months in, still very, very fresh, still very, very new, in the honeymoon stage still. I thought everything was great. This is just me as a dumb man, you know, we're idiots, clearly. Don't know anything. I'm still wet behind the ears of my marriage, so I couldn't take the signals that my wife was giving me. Well, one day, we're sitting at home in our little duplex, watching TV, and my wife turns and looks at me and says, I can't do this anymore. I thought he was about to get a marriage annulled. I thought he was about to get a divorce just like that. But what she was saying to me was, she gave me the explanation, I should say. She gave me the explanation that, hey, we've been at home every single day, watching TV, just being with one another. Just being with one another, not doing anything else. I don't get a chance to go see my family. I don't get a chance to go to the movies. I didn't get a chance to get out and be in the community. None of these things, which are all the things that I generally don't care for. I just like to be at home, see whatever's on TV. I'm a homebody. And my wife tried her best to morph into who I wanted her to be, who she thought I wanted her to be. And that's when I realized that there was a huge issue. Because as my wife was trying to do a great thing, she was actually becoming something that I didn't want her to be, because I married her exactly who she was. She's very family oriented. She's very well versed in the arts and all these different things that she loves to be a part of. She loves makeup. She loves getting out and about, getting dressed up. Those are the kind of things that I just strayed away from.
And Mike just likes to stay at home.
And
that's what Mike likes to
basketball shorts and t-shirt.
Mike would stay at home 24/7, 365, except for Sundays, because he loves to go praise the Lord. And so when it comes to what I tried to do, I fed into not the lie, but I fell into the advice that I was given of you having to do this for your man. You have to do this to keep a man. And I started to get to the point to where things about myself I didn't feel like they were good enough. I didn't feel like I was good enough for him. I let people tell me things about myself. So I decided that I was going to change. And, people kind of insinuated to me like that Mike was like this great catch. And I was just lucky to have him, and so... And then it made me feel like, well, what's wrong with me? So I began to try and change myself to actually deserve him. And that was the worst thing that I could ever do, because I swallowed everything that was Alicia, and I took it and I put it in a box on a shelf. And I led him to believe that the way our life was going was okay. So when I came to him in our room that day, and I looked him in the eye and I said, I can't take this anymore. I can't stay in this house just locked up with just us.
My love slave. That's not funny. That's not funny. You laughing for it.
It was in that moment where I realized that, I had trained both of us in a way, and him in a way, to expect something that really was dishonest. Yeah. And so it has taken us.
It wasn't dishonest. I think dishonest means like you were trying to fool us. And I don't think you were trying to do that. I think you were trying to do the best that you could. And I guess that's just a bump just one of those bumps in the road in marriage that you come across. And so I kind of realized, like, yes, there are times, like, I think recently, like in the past 5 days, which is Sunday, sometimes you have to give up things that you want. Like, after church, I just want to go home, I think most of us know that that's nap time. Sunday is nap time. Well, my wife she's been hauling, she's been doing a lot of things. And the thing she loves to do is retail therapy. That gives her a break. And even though we don't have a lot of money to spend, she gets a chance to go shopping, go look around at least, and maybe we'll find a good deal on something. I hate that. I'm just going to be honest with you.
You hate what?
I hate going shopping.
Oh.
I hate
You're so good. You're the best bag carrier in the world.
We ain't got that many bags, so that's why I'm so good. But I don't like going shopping. But in a moment where I could just put myself in front of her to just say, okay, hey, look, I'm going to the house. You can go out here and shop all day. I married Alicia to be with her, and sometimes it does cause me to sacrifice something that I want to do for something that I can do for her.
But can I interject here? The thing that I think in both instances that we have to realize is that you cannot sacrifice and then remind somebody of the sacrifice that you made. Like, because later that day we got into an argument and it was about, I went shopping and I didn't even want to go. And my thing was, I gave up all these things that I like to do, and you didn't even appreciate that. And so in both of those instances, we made a sacrifice, but we kept wanting the other person to appreciate that sacrifice, and we wanted to remind them all the time of the sacrifice that we made. And in that moment, we're still being selfish. So the thing is about when you get married, if you're going to do something nice, then you need not to be willing to just want so much credit for it. But you also can't self-sacrifice. And the point that I'm making here is that you cannot kill the person that you are to make them happy, if that makes sense. Mike loves basketball. I don't play basketball, but I can appreciate basketball. I can't ask my husband to not speak a word about basketball because that would kill him. I can't, and he can't ask me, not to shop. And I'm not talking about spending money. I'm actually talking about I love to just go out and look at things. And so we have to understand that there's a time and a place to do all of that. And we cannot just stop being who we are, thinking it's going to make the other person happy, because in turn we're going to be unhappy, and then we're both going to be just unhappy.
Yeah, so I think the thing that I wanted to express to Alicia after that whole situation, going back to when we were first married, I wanted her to know that I married her for the person who she was before that time period, before that period where she tried to, accommodate me in every way she could. I wanted her to know that I fell in love with somebody that was in the community, that is a social meteor, I think we said last time.
Meteorist.
Yeah, what's up? But everything that she did, I loved about her. I didn't love to do it myself, but I love to see it in her. I love to see her happy in her element doing those things. So I had to remind her at that point, that it might seem tough because she thought she was doing the right thing and she didn't want to hurt my feelings, which was, I think, the biggest thing of it all, not want to hurt my feelings.
Well, I just really thought that as a wife, that everybody was telling you to go be where your husband was, that you were supposed to just forsake everything else. And I think that that's not necessarily healthy. You still need to have a life outside of your home, but you all still need to have a life together.
Right.
And I think that when it comes down to the point that you shouldn't let other people outside of your home dictate who you are in your house. Everybody's going to have an opinion, whether it's your mom, whether it's his mom, whether it's auntie or cousin or best friend, whoever. Everybody's going to have an opinion on how you were supposed to be. But it's not about you taking that opinion and changing yourself. It's about you getting with this person and y'all becoming one and morphing into whoever you morph into. And so I think that that's the best thing, because there were times where I was like, well, I don't play basketball, and I don't do this, and I don't do that, and I don't cook every day, and da-da-da-da, and how could he love me? And the thing about it is that if you are loving a person because of the things that they do, then I would say that perhaps you may want to question that a little bit. Because what if there was a point in time where that person was paraplegic and all you had was them? Will you love them then? And I think that's the question that we have to start asking ourselves, and really in our marriages start being more authentically who we are and not compromising that person. Now, and I'm going to add this Christian side to it. If there's something wrong, God's going to change me. God's going to change him, because we have a relationship with Christ. And so if there's things about my personality that I should be doing, like I shouldn't be walking around the house fussing about this and that and this and that and this and that, or nagging, as I like to say, then God's going to change that about me, And so I think those are the things that we got to keep in mind. You don't put your foot down like, this is who I am and you're not going to change me. You say in your marriage, God, here I am, you brought me this person, Lord, help me to be the person that I want to be. But you don't allow people outside of your home to dictate who you are in your home. And that's really my big piece. Just keep people out your house. Keep people out your house. Yes, we love to see, we love to make all those beautiful posts, but don't let other people dictate what kind of wife or what kind of husband you are. Because you and that person have something special and uniquely yours. So whether as Mike and I may beatbox and act silly all the time, somebody else may be super sweet and just overly romantic. You just don't know. You just don't know. When some people may just be able to enjoy the silence and Google it at each other's eyes. I don't know. Just be who you are.
And the bottom line, we kind of had to learn to support each other in whatever that was. If my wife wanted to, as she's pursuing her writing, it's my job to be there in her corner, helping her to do exactly that. For me, training and real life.
We're about to wrap this up.
But yeah, and whatever I do, my wife is there behind me, and whatever she does, I just want to compliment her, and likewise. So we hope and pray that in your marriage you start looking for ways to compliment your spouse, whatever that may be, as long as they're not doing something that's immoral or something like that. We believe that you should get behind that person that you decided to spend the rest of your life with and devote yourself to.
And sacrifice just means give up a little bit so they can have. Self-sacrifice means that you're just trying to pull out something about yourself and not be your true self, which is going to hurt them. So in marriage, we're going to sacrifice. But to us, self-sacrificing is a little bit dangerous. That it?
Yep, that'll work.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
You took my line. That's all right. Oh, that's good. I'm supporting you and taking my line.
Peace out, y'all.
All right, y'all.
We just jealous.
Yeah.